Welcome and Happy New Year to everyone. Today is January 1st, 2019, and so Happy New Year. In this video, I will be giving a demo of the new Excel 2019 calendar template, and this template can be used to create calendars for any year, not just 2019. And I will be going through the different features of this template. The template can help you create calendars with 19 different designs, all in one file. So I'm just going to go over the features, how you can use the template, and also I will answer some of the most commonly requested questions around how to customize the template further. And finally, I will also provide detail on how you can download this template for free and create your own personalized calendars in Excel. So now let's get started. So here we have our template, and I have filled in some data in this template so that I can illustrate the features. And you can enter your own data when you download the template to create your own calendars. So the first thing is we have a settings sheet, and in the settings sheet, we'll enter some basic details about the calendar that we want to build. You can choose your own weekends according to the country or the company that you're part of. And then you can enter your own company holidays. You can also enter your own events, whether they are personal events or work events or other type of events. You can enter them in this table. Now you can go to the pick a calendar sheet, and you will see that there are 19 different designs, and you can choose which design appears something that you prefer to have your calendar built like, and you can click on that, and it's going to basically take you to the one of these 19 sheets available. So if you don't want to go and choose this, you can just go directly into the sheets. But the pick a calendar sheet helps you to see what the calendar design is going to look like. And so, this one, for example, this just means that there are 3 columns and 4 rows. So totally 12 months are shown in this way. And this is 3 rows and 4 columns. And then this is 2 rows and 6 columns. So you get the picture. And then also the dotted orange dots actually indicate that whether your events are actually listed or not. You will see that not all the calendar designs will have your events listed. The events will get highlighted on the calendar, but they may not get listed in every one of the designs. So you can choose which design is something that you prefer, and then you can use that sheet. You can also go and take a look at each of them. Like this is the first design. As I said, there are 3 columns and then 4 rows, so 12 months, and then the events and the holidays are not actually listed, but they are just highlighted. So if that's the design you prefer, you can do that. You also have a place where you can enter some notes, and then your second design, for example, is more horizontal, 4 columns, 3 rows, and then the third design is where you can actually see the events and the holidays actually listed, and you can have up to 20 different events and 20 holidays can be listed here. And in the fourth design, you have more a vertical structure where you have the events and the holidays listed actually on the right side. And here we can have 30 events and 20 holidays for the entire year. And then the fifth design is a little bit different, where the events and the holidays are listed at the bottom, and then you have a more horizontal view of 12 months across, where the weekdays are shown at the top, and then the holidays and events on weekends are highlighted. In the sixth design, it's very similar, but it doesn't show the day of the week. Everything starts in 1 and ends at the end of the month. Otherwise, it is very similar to the previous design. In the seventh design, this is where it actually prints on 6 different pages. So for example, if I go and look at file print, you will see that it'll print like this, where you can do it for 2 months at a time. And then you will see the holidays and the weekends are highlighted. They're not actually listed as like what type of holiday or event, but they just get highlighted. And then you go to the 8th design, where you actually will see all the holidays, 20 different holidays and up to 30 different events. Here, the design is more week-based. So every week, so you can have up to 54 weeks in a year. And so all of them are listed. So everything is more from a week point of view. And then the ninth design is a monthly, so each month is printed on one page. So if I go to print, you will see that every month is printed on its own page, and they are up to, they are 12 pages for the entire year. 10th design is 2 pages at a time, 2 months at a time. So if I go file print, you will see that 2 months at a time, January, February, then March, April, and then the holidays and events will be listed at the bottom, and they're also highlighted with different colors in the on the calendar itself. Design 11 is very similar, but 3 months in each page. So if I go file print, I'll see 3 months in each page. So there are totally 4 pages to print in this calendar design. Calendar design number 12 is, here it is 4 months in one page. However, the holidays and the events are not listed, but they are shown in different colors only in the calendar. Number 13, here we have 6 months in one page. So for example, all the first 6 months, and then the second page, the last 6 months. So, essentially they're all different designs. So why would, for example, you can ask, why would I not want to show the events names and only highlight them in the color? So for example, there may be, the type of events that you may want to highlight are the same type of event. Let's say there is like a weekly, something that happens, or on a recurring basis, something happens. You just want to show when it's happening. Let's say, for example, it's a pay date. So when employees get paid. So you just want to show all the pay dates on the calendar. You don't need to tell again and again that it's a pay date, because they're all the same type of event. So in such cases, not having the name of the events, but just having them colored in different ways on the calendar actually is pretty sufficient and pretty appropriate. So those are the scenarios where that would be more relevant. And in design number 14, you will see that the holidays and the events are shown on the right side in each month, and this will actually print on 12 different pages, such as this. So you can go January, February, and so on. Design number 15 is something where you can actually enter your own event or text just below the date. So for example, this could be event, and again, you can change the font, and so to make it smaller if you need. But this is how this design is different, because it allows you to enter any text directly on the calendar for specific dates. And then number 16 is a picture calendar. So you have a place here, and you can right click and just choose change a picture, and then choose a picture image file, and then it becomes a picture calendar. So you can do that for every month by just changing the pictures. Design number 17 is similar, but instead of a picture, you can actually type something as a quotation, or something that you want to communicate. You can just enter directly as text, and instead of a picture. So I can type something in there. Design number 18 is a weekly view, where you can just type in, for example, I can type in a specific date, and then it'll give the 6 following days, and then the 7 days. So totally 7 days, including the starting date, will be listed. And then you'll have the different events for those 7 days, and then any holidays will also be listed here. So if I go 1, so now it'll say January is New Year's Day. This is a holiday. And then there is an event on the 5th for this. And then the weekends will be colored in red font as well. Design number 19 is similar, but it's only 1 day at a time. So you can only type in like 1 date, and it'll list all the events. But here it can actually list up to 20 different events in 1 day, and then also 5 holidays for that specific date. So change the date, and have your own daily view of the calendar, or a daily planner type of view. These are all the 19 different designs that are already built in. So all you have to do is for you to customize it. You can use this calendar template to build any calendar for any year. So I can just change it to 2020 if I want to. And now the calendar will be for 2020. And I can name this as 2020 calendar. There you go. And then I can change, to begin from April if that's how, you want the calendars to be built. So now it'll start from April and end in March. And then I'm just going to go and change it to 2019. The reason I'm doing that is because my events I've listed are 2019 events. So I will see more colors pop up because the events are in 2019 and the calendar is also 2019. Okay, so let's say if you want to use it in the next year for 2020, you'll just change the dates of the holidays and the events, then you're ready to go for 2020. So that's how customizable this is, and you can change the day when it begins. So if in case you want to begin your week on a Sunday, now if I go here, now my week begins on a Sunday, ends on a Saturday, and you can see that the Saturday and Sunday are correctly flagged in red font because those are the weekends. And you can also change it. I don't want Saturday to be a weekend. Now when I go there, Saturday will no longer be red in font. So that is how easy it is to build your own calendars according to your own specifications. And then you can also choose from 19 of these designs. Now let's quickly talk about how you can enter your own information into this template. So when you download this template, it'll look like this, where there is no data already entered in events. So if you want to add your own events, just go here, start from this place, start from row 15, type your own data. So let's say I'm going to do 1/5 January 2019, and then I'm going to say my own event, and there we go. And then let's say I want to add another event for January 15th, then I can just type in like this. And now when I go to my calendar, you will see that January 5th and 15th are already, highlighted in blue, which is the color for events. So that's how easy it is for you to enter your own data into this events table. And then also you can enter your holidays into this holidays table, and then that'll get reflected in the calendar. Now, let me talk a little bit about how you can modify or customize the template even further and address some of the most commonly asked questions about customization. So the first thing is, how do you change the formatting, the colors, the fonts, and so on? First thing is you can go to any of the calendar designs and then just select the cells you want to change the formatting to, and then you can just use the formatting menu here to change it. You can change the font, you can change the size of the font, you can change the, whether to make it bold or not, and all that. So you can change all of those. There are just a couple of things that you will not be able to do from here. One is to change the font color for the weekends to be something other than red. So that will not be done through here. And also the color highlighting, the fill color for the holidays and the events, those cannot be changed directly here. So I'll explain now how you can change that too. Because my goal is to make sure that the template is easily customizable for you to make your own calendars as you like it. So here, if you go to conditional formatting and hit manage rules, and then you will see the 3 different color rules that we have applied. So the first is for the weekend, second is for the so this one would be for the events, and this one would be for the holidays. So I'll show you how you can change one, but the same concept applies to others. Edit any of the rules that you want to change formatting for, and then hit format. And now you can change this color to something else and then hit OK. That's how simple it is. Once you do that, let me just show you. For example, I'm going to change this to yellow, and I'm going to hit OK, click apply. There we go. So now all the events are now in yellow instead of the blue, and you hit OK. One thing to keep in mind when you're changing these formatting rules, it applies individually to each sheet. So just because I changed here, when I go to the second design, it still keeps the blue, because all you're changing is only within one calendar sheet. So if you want different things in different calendar sheets, you'll have to go into each one of them and change them accordingly. So that takes care of the formatting and colors and all that. Next is the order in which the events appear in this, in some of the calendar designs where we show the events. What order should they appear? That depends completely on what order you entered the holidays and events. So you can just sort them. If you want to sort them, just go in here, click in here in the holiday date header and then say it's sort oldest to newest or newest to oldest, depending on which order you want. Most likely you will prefer, I think, to have oldest to newest and then just do that so that it's sorted. So then the same order will be followed in the calendar designs where the events and holidays are printed. The next question is, how do I change the date format because I don't like this date format? Let's say, for example, you can just select the cells and then let's say, for example, I've selected these and then I can just change in here, go number formats, and then you see that I've applied this format. But if you want to change it, you can either do one of the standard ones if you want, or you can just do your own custom formatting as you need. So this is how you can change how the dates are displayed. So this addresses most of the formatting and other changes that are commonly asked for, but so these you should be able to do without even unlocking or unprotecting the sheets. But if in case you want to make further changes, you can go in and say any of the sheets, you can go in and say review, unprotect sheet, and put in the password Indzara, and then you can unprotect the sheet, and then you can make any modification. There's no limit to that. Printing or exporting to PDF. So printing, you can just go I'll print. All of them are already ready to print. So you don't need to make any changes to the print layout. You can just print directly. You can also export to PDF. And by that way, you can just share with your friends. And even if they don't have Excel, they can do it. And they can print the calendars that you have created. So that addresses the commonly asked questions about this template. So you can download this template from indzara.com, and I will provide a link to download in the video description below, so you can use that to visit the blog post, which has the templates to download as well as detailed step-by-step instructions and screenshots. I hope this template is useful, and if you find this template useful, please post your feedback in the comments and share with your friends. Happy New Year again, and thank you very much for watching.